Before starting what is still to be done, let me just remind that a lot has been done already during the last years. So banks have increased the capital and liquidity buffers according with the new prudential rules. We have also worked on the contingency and recovery planning and enhance the mechanisms to cope with situations of stress in the institutions. And also we have already start to contribute to the Single Resolution Fund and start to build the new eligible liability buffers and also collaborate with the resolution authorities in defining the resolution planning and also on reducing and mitigating the barriers to the effective implementation of the resolution plan. So we are, this is a journey, but we have already covered a part of the journey. So what is still to be done? So first we need to fix the problem of funding liquidity in resolution. So we need to establish a mechanism, a funding backstop in Europe, because we have the Single Resolution Fund, but the Single Resolution Fund may prove to be not enough for the needs of a failure of a big bank, not just a GC, but just a big bank. So we need to have such a backstop to cope with these situations, but also to provide confidence to the customers that at the end there is some backstop. So the existence of this backstop in itself will reduce the risk of panic runoffs of liquidity and then reduce the need to access such funds. So this is one thing. We need to fix this problem. Second thing is that we need to look also at the emergency liquidity assistance and try to speed the process to access to these mechanisms, that is as emergency liquidity mechanisms. So we should work on procedures to speed the valuation of the additional assets on the side of the institutions, but also on the side of the national banks. And also need more harmonization in the way in which the emergency liquidity assistance works in Europe. And apart from the liquidity, of course, we need to finish, and I hope these authorities come to an end soon, the resolution framework. So the CRR and the BRRD are being reviewed in Europe, and there are some delay that I think, is justified by the complexity of the issue, but the sooner the better. The industry needs some certainty and the markets need certainty on this regulation. And let me say that in addition to this regulation, we need more harmonization in the local insolvency regimes. Now we have the very different situations in the insolvency regimes that could imply some problems in the application of the bail-in in the institutions according with the BRRD, because they could emerge the problem of the non-creditor worse off and litigation problems. So this is another piece that needs to be addressed in the coming future. And and this is I think the big issues, at least here in Europe. But also there is for the GSIBs a remaining gap that is not just for Europe, but is for the whole the international community, that is the coordination among third countries. So I think this is something that, although some mechanisms of cooperation and coordination has been put in place, we have resolution colleges, we have supervisory colleges, we have this international fora, but more political commitment to cooperate when a situation of stress comes on a bank is very much needed.